Well, hello, everyone. I'm your host, Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is the founder of the Black Government Contracting Club and the CEO of Leverage Assessments. And she's here with us today to speak about the work our organization is doing to create pathways that empower minority-owned businesses and to speak about a brand new program. So please welcome to the show, Kyana Beckles. Kiana, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Doc. Thanks for the introduction.
Now, Kiana, there's a Miss Beckles that I usually meet uptown for the summer stage in front of the Harlem State Office building, and she sings that song, When You Smile, and you have that big old smile and that wonderful laugh.
Oh my goodness. Well, she's probably, first of all, I'm certainly not old enough to be addressed as Miss Beckles, so please do call me Kiana.
No, but you can be related.
We could be. She's probably from the Caribbean. And
maybe.
So, yeah, down there, Beckles is a super popular name. It's, there's a big old Beckles plantation. So there were, there were a lot of us. And it's popular, like, a name like Smith or something like that would be up here.
Yeah. So tell us about the Black Government Contracting Club.
So the Black Government Contracting Club is a fairly new entity. It's, over the course of the past summer, it was difficult to participate in calls with, Senator Sanders' office and other elected officials and just listen to rates of business closures. Anytime you turn on the TV, you were hearing Black businesses are closing at, 3 times the rate, 4 times the rate. We're starving. And it just seemed like nobody really wanted to do anything about it. So, me and my co-founder we had been in conversations about what we can do to support our community. And it just seemed like now was the time, it just seemed like there was no other option but to launch. We know that companies that engage in government contracting are more sustainable. They're more likely to be able to weather storms like this, like a pandemic. And then that also leads to, generational wealth creation for our community members as well. So the Black Government Contracting
you and Terrell Brown, that's your co-founder.
Yep.
Shout out to Terrell. Hey. Now, you guys are creating pathways to empower minority-owned businesses. Talk about that.
And I think that what might be referenced there is the Micro Accelerator Program. So we launched the first program in our accelerator series, which is the Micro Accelerator Program that is designed to connect or really have Black businesses be the thought leaders to create solutions for opportunities that will come down from the infrastructure bill.
Yeah. How did that come about? I mean, what does the Micro Accelerator Program, how does that work for minority-owned businesses?
It can't, and it's not necessarily minority-owned businesses, Black. When that term minority was first coined, it only referenced us. We were the minority, but now, especially in the government contracting space, that term minority is very widely used. And so that's why we use the term Black. When it comes to minority spending, we get the lower end of the minority spend. So we're like the minority within the minority.
Yeah.
But that program came about just because of all of the challenges that I've seen, since I was working with advocacy groups down in Baltimore, Maryland, to the time now where I'm a business owner and I'm fighting for those contracts myself. Yeah. You can start to see that there are some themes.
So you're not new to this. You found out that there was a need and there's a situation that you needed to correct. So you got together with Terrell Brown. You said, hey, let's go ahead and do this. And this is something that we can work on.
Definitely not new to the game. Been consulting business owners, particularly in the small to medium sized space, since I finished undergrad. This is not my first recession. I finished undergrad in 2008. And I hit the pavement as a reduction consultant. So I was helping companies downsize their organizations and do more with less.
And you hit the pavement running, huh?
That was the time. But when you're consulting business owners, you get intimate details about what their challenges are, what their needs are, how you can help them. And over the years, you start to see the themes and you start to see the patterns. And you start to see the players and who's working for, the advancement of the Black businesses and whose interests are in who, are oppositional to that advancement.
Yeah. Now, what are the criteria? Who's in line for your type of help with your programs?
So we're a national organization. So we've got businesses based in approximately 20 different states. For this Micro Accelerator Program, it's a smaller pilot. So we only have New York-based businesses. We just started a couple weeks ago. And so, but the requirements for our accelerator programs are all the same. You have to be 51% Black owned. You have to be eligible for an MBE, minority owned business certification. And you have to be willing to collaborate in teams, and you have to be able to collaborate with us at our meeting times for our accelerator, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon.
Yeah, but 51%, what is, how does that, not fully, but 51%?
So, like, we generally don't break ourselves down in terms of thinking about our percentage of, of ethnic like lineage that in that way. But you have some companies that have multiple owners. So if you had 3 owners, for instance, that might be in a case in where if there was an equal split, 2 of them were Black, then 56%, or, depending on how they broke it down, it might be 2 owners and one just has more shares than the other one.
All right. Well, Kiana, where can we go to get more information on what you guys are doing?
You can go to blackcontracts.org. Membership is currently free, and it will be free until the end of the year. So click that join button and you'll be connected to us. You'll get a follow-up link to the Slack channel where we keep the conversation going 24/7.
There you go. Tell me something I didn't ask you.
I am...
When you smile.
I'm a Bronx native and 3rd generation New Yorker. So I'm not new to New York either. My story is kind of typical, where my parents, are sort of children of the Great Migration coming up from the South. My grandparents relocated to the North and landed up here in Harlem.
And you can help. You're helping a lot of people.
I do the best I can. I really do. I think that, yeah.
And where do we go? One more time. Give me that website or social media.
On social media, if you just search Black Contracts, we'll pop up on LinkedIn, we'll pop up on Facebook, we'll pop up on Twitter. Our website is blackcontracts.org. If you type it in with or without the www, we'll pop right up.
There you go. Kyana Beckles and Terrell Brown doing their thing. CEOs working together, helping others get what they need out of life, and that's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for joining us, and you're always welcome to come back. Okay, keep us up to date.
Thank you for having me. I'd love to come back and give you updates.
You got it, Kiana. All right, we'll take a break right here. Got more open coming up next. Stay right there.